back so long, I'm trying to get turned. Searching my name, dog, that's how you get hurt. Being likable, I'm trying to be unbreakable. I just realized that this whole game is takeable if I want it. And I do, yes, I want it. I don't care how you feel about it.
It's Madden NFL 24, and this one features Michael Mayer. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Raiders and the Bears, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their third-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Charles Justin Fields.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Raiders defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
So in prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. John Jenkins drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
He hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. kickers. A good sign early, though, as he's able to put that one through.
And you remember him right before the kick stomping around his area to make sure that things were going to hold for his plant foot, and it did.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. Leading them out, still one of the most recognizable QBs in the game and one of the most fun QBs in his 5th season. It's Gardner Minshew.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. And the Las Vegas first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd and 7. Looking to throw it. Minshew steps away to his left. That's to the rookie from Notre Dame, Michael Mayer. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 36. A very solid gain of 27. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Minshew. And his throw here is incomplete. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Here's Jacobs. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. One more time with Jacobs. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun is Minshew. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Buying time to his left. Oh, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
On first down, it's Fields. Now a screen set up for Johnson.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here's Fields now on second down. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Throwing again is Fields.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Dan, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Now Minshew on 1st and 10.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Minshew being chased out left.
Gets it downfield to Mayer.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Minshew sets to throw, eluding the pressure right.
It gets it right back to Mayer.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears going to get one more possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
To throw is Fields.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Browns that have the lead in the second quarter. Amari Cooper, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that one all tied. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Minshew throwing on third down. And that will be incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Beating him there with his legs, 21 yards, first down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Fields. That is caught by Herbert. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
To Johnson again. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Justin Fields
With touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Bears have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Forced out to his left.
He finds Mayer here.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Evades him at the 20. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they'll get this down to the 10. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And they'll indeed take a knee. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A drive that time of 6 plays. Now this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. A lane opens here, he's past the 30. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. This is 1st and 10. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Here's Fields. Connecting with Johnson. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Up the middle, Johnson. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Santos' kick is up and through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So the Raiders now down 16-13, a little over 50 seconds remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Minshew dancing to his left. Pass caught by Hooper, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Here's Minshew. Flushed out right. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down. Now Minshew rolling to his left. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Once more from the 11, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Buying time to his left. This ball intercepted. Returning it, Johnson. And the Bears are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got